You've checked your phone 47 times today. You don't remember checking it once. It's not laziness. It's not lack of discipline. It's a biological trap, and it's been engineered into every device you own. Here's how to escape it, and what actually works when willpower fails. I want to show you someone who understood this better than anyone alive. Nikola Tesla, not a genius because of what he was born with, a genius because of one habit. He engineered absolute silence. He could hold an entire mechanical system in his mind, run it, test it, refine it, for hours without writing anything down, without a single external reference point. Not because his brain was special, because his environment was ruthless. He protected his focus like it was a weapon. Because it was, he didn't have a phone, but he understood what we've forgotten. The moment you fragment your attention, you fragment your reality. He wouldn't have survived 1 hour in your inbox. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. Every time you switch from an email to a social feed to a message, your prefrontal cortex, the part that handles complex thought, has to dump everything it's holding and reload an entirely new set of rules. This isn't seamless. It's a metabolic cost. Think of it like this. You're running heavy software. It crashes. You reload it. 30 seconds later, crash again. Reload. After 100 cycles, the hardware overheats. Your effective IQ drops measurably. You're not thinking less clearly because you're tired. You're tired because you're running on fumes. But here's the darker part. We're designed for the opposite. Your ancestors hunted prey. Single focus. Sustained attention. Hours of deep concentration with one goal. The modern world is a civilization built specifically to make that impossible. You're a hunter in a forest with 100 digital bells ringing constantly. The system error isn't that you can't focus. The system error is that you're trying to function in an environment engineered to destroy focus. So we do what we've always done when we're afraid. We distract ourselves. I lived inside this trap for years. I couldn't read for more than 20 minutes without reaching for my phone. Not because I was bored. I created the boredom as an excuse. I was using my phone to fill every transition. Standing in line, phone, waiting for coffee, phone, 10 seconds of nothing, phone. But it wasn't about communication. It was about avoiding the terror of stillness. There's a philosopher, Jean-Paul Sartre, who called this the fear of being. We live in constant becoming, always projecting ourselves into the next moment, the next notification, the next hit of dopamine. We're terrified of what happens if we just sit still with a thought. So we reach for the device. Every time. The architecture of the app decides who we become in the next 5 minutes. We think we're productive. We're actually just running from ourselves. I felt a constant, low-level anxiety, a feeling of being on call for a job that didn't exist. That empty space where actual thought should live. My phone was the heroine for that. So I ran a test. I imposed a strict, non-negotiable 5-hour daily limit on my phone. Total. Everything else, unlimited. The first 3 days were genuinely brutal. I felt a physical sensation of withdrawal, irritability, restlessness. My brain had been running on a steady drip of low-quality information for so long that silence felt like a threat. This is dopamine seeking in its purest form. When the stimulation stops, you don't feel peaceful. You feel like you're dying. But I pushed through. Day 4, something shifted. The irritability wasn't because I needed my phone. It was because I was finally dealing with the boredom I'd been avoiding. Once that initial spike passed, maybe another 4 or 5 days, my resting heart rate actually dropped. My ability to hold a single thought returned. I could read, for hours, without the phantom vibration, without the compulsion. It wasn't magic. I just removed the constant, low-grade inflammatory stress that had been corroding my focus. But here's what people get wrong about this. It wasn't willpower that worked. Willpower is the first casualty when your brain is already exhausted from task switching. You cannot outthink a biological trigger. That's not weakness, that's biology. The answer is environment design. This is the only thing that works. It's called a strategic silence reset. It's not meditation. It's not mystical. It's a behavioral constraint. 20 minutes, no phone, no computer, no audio. Just sit. If you need to do something, stare at a wall. Let your prefrontal cortex fully power down and rebuild its own focus from scratch. When you feel that twitch, that urge to reach for your phone. That's the exact moment the reset is working. That is you feeling the biological system error in real time. Don't fight it. Don't fight the boredom. Let it hollow out the restlessness. Let it exist until it dissolves. The first week, do it once a day. By week 2, you'll notice something. You think differently. Not better. Differently. The kind of different where you remember what you were actually trying to build before the phone became your default thought. The honesty of this is simple. You have a finite amount of focus. If you allow it to be drained by notifications and app switching, you have nothing left for the work that actually defines your life. Either you control the device, or the device controls your capacity for existence. There's no middle ground. You don't rebuild your mind by trying to focus harder. You rebuild it by systematically removing the barriers that prevent you from focusing at all. Tesla paid for his silence. He knew it was the only investment that mattered. Reclaim 20 minutes. See what your mind does with it. That's not advice. That's a test. You'll understand why he couldn't put the work down once you remember what it feels like to think.